You are watching Bulozi TV, the pride of Barose, broadcasting to you live from Mongo, Western Province. This is the news bulletin. The headlines. Liswaniso rallies Yeta Ward residents to back UPND. Kaplanga residents appeal for health post. IPAC urges political parties to shun divisive rhetoric. And in international news, Zimbabwe approves controversial constitutional changes. And in sports news, Argentina stuns Egypt to reach World Cup quarterfinals. With the news in detail, I'm Sibeso Mulenga. The United Party for National Development UPND National Youth Chairperson Gilbert Liswaniso has urged residents of Yeta Ward in Mongo East Constituency, Western Province, to continue supporting the UPND as they have done over the years. Speaking during an engagement meeting with residents, Liswaniso said he is confident that the party will continue to enjoy strong support from the ward. He urged residents to support the UPND parliamentary candidates ahead of the forthcoming general election.
The United Party for National Development, UPND, has intensified its campaigns in Western Province, with the party urging residents of Yeta Ward in Mongo East Constituency to maintain their support ahead of the general elections. UPND National Youth Chairperson Gilbert Liswaniso has called on residents to continue backing the ruling party, saying he is confident that the UPND will once again receive overwhelming support from the ward. UPND Provincial Vice Chairperson has appealed to the people of Yeta Ward to rally behind all adopted UPND candidates. And some of the residents of Yeta Ward have expressed satisfaction with the campaigns, describing them as peaceful. They say they have not witnessed any incidents of electoral violence and have appealed to political players to maintain peace throughout the campaign period.
Ilketsalela fama 2026 labo haka inde ichilema lona diruzama era hande akunama fuelutwa batu ba kopana ka kutwano kusinami filifili lwaitumela ku HH
tumero kuwaka inde ichilema president bana aliketsa 2026 lamuno nani kozo 2021 makoso walo kubona kulota kwa mali kwa watu kuna mikopano kwa na mapefu basoweza mikopano yelo kile milifitsa wetumela kuwaka ende.
For Bulozi TV News, Celestina Mbewe, Mongo, Western Province.
Residents of Kaplanga in Kanyonyo Ward, Mongo District have appealed for construction of a health post in their area due to high demand for healthcare services. Speaking to Bulozi TV News, residents say they are currently relying on Lewanika General Hospital, which they described as being far from their community. They say the distance forces them to spend more money on transport and exposes them to risks, especially at night and during emergencies involving expectant mothers. The residents have since called on relevant authorities to consider using the Constituency Development Fund (CDF) to construct a health post in the area to improve access to healthcare services.
Health is wealth.
In Kaplanga area of Kanyonyo Ward, residents are calling for a health post in their community. They say the only options available right now are Lewanika General Hospital and prison, both of which are far.
Fakuli unanue fa uye kwa prison kapa kwa Lewanika. Namoni inezinge na chwana. Hanina neba 20 ngwe mwandu. Nikakona kunanua chwa niyo na kiziro tu kapa ki 24 hours niye kwa Lewanika, niye kwa prison. Hakuko na hali.
The distance they add means higher transport costs and serious safety risks, especially at night and during emergencies.
Kuitwala zitokwa sipatela. Twala hava mwezi kwa uden sipatela mukanyanda. Kakuli kuna ninako ya kweza kulimwendi. Nako ye itokwa kule ona 4 mtu ananula isiwe kwa sipatela kono manifu kumkuyo ofumana kuli nilimota alisazama kona kuli limota za tulanga mwana ko yabutsiu
amkoni kuza mmesa waba kumuzusafa kumfisa esi kwali wanika kwa ule kwali chweka nako mweza chwani mwabona apefo kumtransport busiu ukakwa kuli ki 100 kwacha ki 200 mwabona
tipatie la linza ulukwa bule niluna miape transport ya usiu itula maswe fakulu uzefela fa huye nike at least fa nike fire potife wanafa kwa kuweza cost 100 kwa chiche kuzafa kuyaliwanika iko nakuba bukai 250 ndeko alifarota kuzafa kuyaliwanika usiu.
The community is now appealing to the government and relevant authorities to construct a health post for them so they can access medical care closer to home.
Government ye muso Zambia ye ilutali mekwateni ilubone kwateni.
Njomanyasi Aminwe, Bulozi TV News, Mongu, Western Province.
United Party for National Development, aspiring Member of Parliament for Mongo Central, Makai, has pledged to work closely with the community through ward development committees to address key challenges in the area. Featuring on Bulozi TV's The Power program, Makai said development does not come from leaders alone, but from the people living in the communities. He added that his vision includes improving security in the district with his plans to address the issue of drug abuse, junkies, by identifying affected youths, engaging their families and providing skills training to help reconstruct their lives.
Sabuto kwa kikuli, lutahe luto inisa na hande ni wa Mungu. Through established channels, kuna ni ward development committees. Bazi bali tongoko za watu, bazi bali matata watu. For example, kuna nita bakuli mikwa kwa yao na haiyo hande. Kia mashabati, mitu mota tunyani atufita ndima mashabati. Kintu ezi bahante kuli, kuna nita babuke benga kuli, mwendi unahande ma police post. If we can have a clean up of these junkies, have an activity for 1 or 2 or 3 weeks, kwa kuli usihu, na wakafela mapokola ni maneba udochi bapotola kubona kuli banana babaswaliwa abaswale kunatiwa abaswale kuba demonized. Let us find a place where we can keep all of them, then we identify family by family wenazo kuomanyi wenazo kuma bashimba bona batahe batu identify bana babona kuli yoki mwana ka chale lutwe nisa na afasi ubone kuli problem uli yetu na kantikifi banana baba bakona kusha kwa skills training baisha kwa skills training bakona kusha kwa tennis baisha kwa tennis lufumane mukwa kubaeza reconstruct baba kona hala.
The Electoral Commission of Zambia, ECZ, has urged political parties, the media, the electorate to adhere to the Electoral Code of Conduct as the country prepares for the August 13th general election, saying the code is key to promoting peaceful and credible elections. Speaking on Bulozi TV's Busile Good Morning Breakfast show, ECZ Corporate Affairs Manager Patricia Luhanga says the Electoral Process Act No. 35 of 2016 clearly outlines the responsibilities of the Commission, political parties, the media and other stakeholders. She says the Code of Conduct prohibits character assassination, hate speech and the use of derogatory language, adding that every district has a conflict management committee to receive complaints, facilitate mediation and resolve electoral disputes at the local level.
It is supposed to be handled. All those issues you are raising are under conflict management, but most of the Electoral Code of Conduct does provide guidance to all stakeholders on how to conduct themselves. When you look at the Electoral Process Act, No. 35 of 2016, it has the Code of Conduct that speaks to the duties, responsibilities of the Commission, political parties, media, and so on and so forth. And therein, the conduct itself is that if you are campaigning, no character assassination, no use of hate speech, you should not be using derogatory language, and so on and so forth. So if there is such an issue, it's still a conflict. And that is why each district has a conflict management committee. Such matters should be raised and forwarded to the conflict management committees to be able to handle those issues.
The Action Institute for Policy Analysis Center, IPAC, has urged political parties contesting Zambia's August 13th, 2026 general elections to make their manifesto the centerpiece of their campaigns instead of using divisive rhetoric and empty slogans. Speaking to Bulozi TV News in Lusaka, IPAC Executive Director Solomon Ngoma says the party's manifesto is the foundation of its vision and policies and should enable voters to assess whether it is capable of delivering meaningful change. Ngoma also reminded citizens that the Constitution allows them to vote for an independent parliamentary candidate while choosing a presidential candidate from a political party, warning against misinformation on voting rights.
Umulumendo ulungishe filimba nabamushile filimba cha kulungisha ndio mwina mukombola atila lishatumfwe efachilelila ambo kulisho lwimbo mundibile na makebi ife abanensu bayimine ukomuma no kumwipaya mukanyama na kufa abantu fo.
This has raised concerns from different people. Among them is the Action Institute for Policy Analysis Center, IPAC, who has called on all political parties participating in the Zambia's 2026 general elections to place their manifestos at the center of their campaigns, saying voters deserve clear policy proposals rather than divisive political rhetoric.
A manifesto is the foundation of a party's vision and policies. It is what citizens should use to judge whether a party is serious about delivering meaningful change. During rallies and public meetings, parties should focus on sharing these ideas clearly, responsibly, instead of making statements that may spread division, hatred, or hostility among citizens. The Constitution of Zambia is very clear. Citizens have the right to vote for an independent member of parliament and at the same time can vote for a presidential candidate from a political party. Zambia is a democratic republic and the people have the independent right to choose who they want to vote for. No one should attempt to stop them or mislead them about this right.
And Anti-Political Violence Association of Zambia also condemns the alleged killing of Nelson Chikumbi of Lusaka's John Leng area, describing the incident as a barbaric act of political violence, and called on the Zambia Police Service to investigate the matter and arrest those responsible.
We strongly condemn this barbaric act of violence, of taking a life because of political affiliations, music, and opinions. This is unacceptable and a threat to Zambia's democracy. We call upon the Zambian police to immediately institute investigations into the matter and arrest whoever was involved in the killing of Mr. Nelson Chikumbi without fear and favor. And justice must be seen.
Margaret Chota, Bulozi TV News in Lusaka.
We now take a short break.
They once built a machine, Chipo.
What machine, Chikulu?
A machine for borrowing. Let me show you. In the beginning, it looked like progress. Borrow a little, build a little. A road here, a clinic there. But the machine was always hungry. Each loan bigger than the last. $3 billion in money we do not print. They were told to stop. They fed it more. In November 2020, the machine broke.
So it stayed broken?
Not forever, Chipo. But it did not fix itself. Someone had to walk back into that room.
Voting is one of the few moments where we all have a voice.
One person, one vote.
No titles, no status.
Just a choice.
It's not about doing nothing.
It's about showing up.
Because your vote matters.
It's easy.
It's important.
It's ours.
Count me in.
Count me in. Count me in.
Count me in.
Count me in.
Count me in.
HealthNest Medical Center, nurturing health, empowering lives. At HealthNest Medical Center, we provide high-quality, accessible healthcare for individuals, families, and the wider community in Mungu and beyond. We focus on preventive care offering blood pressure, diabetes and cholesterol checks, HIV counseling and testing, and community health education programs. Our outpatient and maternal child health services support families with general consultations, antenatal and postnatal care, child growth and monitoring, nutrition counseling, and family planning. Our laboratory services provide routine tests, rapid diagnostics, and selected specialized tests, while our pharmacy ensures timely access to medicines with professional guidance. HealthNest is also here during emergencies, providing 24/7 care, stabilization, first aid, and referral services supported by rapid diagnostics and ready access to medicines. We help with recovery and rehabilitation through physiotherapy for children and adults, including clubfoot, fractures, cerebral palsy, neurological conditions, and soft tissue injuries. Our diagnostic services such as ultrasound and ECG help monitor progress, and ongoing preventive care supports long-term health. At HealthNest Medical Center, we combine quality, compassion, and reliable care to nurture health and empower lives. You can locate us at 53120 Lusaka Road, Kambule, 7488 Mungu. Contact us on +260 926521. Our website www.healthnestmd.com. HealthNest Medical Center, nurturing health, empowering lives.
Did you know that as a member of the public, you have the right to complain against content aired by any radio or television station? Did you also know that all radio and television stations have an obligation to address your complaint? The first step is to write to the station not more than 3 months after the broadcast took place. It is expected that the station will respond satisfactorily within 14 days as per the IBA Act. When making the complaint, state the grievance you have against the station. State when the broadcast took place, who the broadcaster was, state your name, and contact details for further communication. Where you have not received any response from the station or you consider the response to be inadequate, you can then escalate your complaint to the Director General, Independent Broadcasting Authority, IBA, Mass Media Complex, Alikinkata Road, PO Box 32475, Lusaka, or email complaints@iba.org.zm. IBA, promoting professionalism and enhanced standards of the broadcasting industry through effective regulation.
Bulozi TV is the only commercial television station domiciled in Mungu of Western Province, Zambia, providing homegrown broadcasting. We are licensed by the Independent Broadcasting Authority, IBA, and carried by TopStar on DTT Channel 120. We are also on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, TikTok, and WhatsApp channel. Our news is factual, balanced, and delivered on time in 3 languages: English, Simbunda, and Silozi. Our programs range from talk shows, entertainment shows, personality, cultural heritage, political shows, local drama and tropes, children's shows, community live broadcast, and many more. Call the station manager to advertise your business on 0975 210 218 or 0764 907 921, or email us on bulozitv@gmail.com. We are situated in Buyuana compound off Kagrava Road in Mungu. Bulozi TV, the pride of Barotse.
Zimbabwe has approved sweeping constitutional amendments that extend presidential and parliamentary terms from 5 to 7 years while replacing direct presidential elections with a parliamentary vote. The changes have triggered mixed reactions, with the government saying they will promote political stability, while critics argue they undermine democratic reforms introduced under the country's 2013 constitution. The constitutional amendments, signed into law by President Emerson Mnangagwa, also postponed the next general election and have reignited debate over Zimbabwe's democratic future. Opposition parties and civil society groups have warned that the reforms could weaken constitutional safeguards and concentrate more power in the executive, while supporters insist they are necessary to ensure continuity and effective governance. And in sports news, defending champions Argentina came from 2 goals down to beat Egypt 3-2 and book a place in the quarterfinals of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Inspired by captain Lionel Messi, the South Americans completed a remarkable comeback to keep the title defense alive, ending Egypt's impressive campaign. Egypt looked on course for a famous victory after racing into a 2-goal lead, but Argentina responded with a 3 unanswered goal to seal a dramatic win. The defeat leaves Morocco as the only African nation remaining in the tournament at the World Cup enters the quarterfinal stage. That note brings us to the end of the news. We take a recap of the headlines. Leswaniso rallies Yet Award residents to back UPND. Kapalanga residents appeal for health post. IPAC urges political parties to shun divisive rhetoric. And international news, Zimbabwe approves controversial constitutional changes. Argentina stuns Egypt to reach World Cup quarterfinals. You can always watch our bulletins on TopStar Channel 120 in Mongu, Limulunga, Nalolo, Lusaka, Chongwe, Chilanga, parts of Senanga, Kalabo, Rufunsa and surrounding areas, and on Facebook, Bulozi TV.